Hello everyone, we have here a parametric equations question. So it says the curve shown in figure 3 has the parametric equations x is equal to 6 sine t and y is equal to 5 sine 2t. The region R shown shaded in figure 3 is bound by the curve and the x-axis. Show that the area R is given by the integral between 0 and pi over 2 of 60 sine t cos squared t. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is have a look and think about parametric integration. This is a really, really important thing. I don't think this is particularly emphasized that much, but the area underneath the curve, when curves are defined parametrically, is the integral of y times by dx by dt dt. Now that is super important, okay? And a number of examples don't really, in my opinion, kind of like emphasize that clearly enough. But that's the formula that we're going to be using. So what we're going to need is we're going to need to know what is dx by dt. Okay, so x is equal to 6 sine t. So therefore dx by dt is going to equal 6 cos t. Okay, and then what's our y? Y is equal to 5 sine 2t. Now, you can't integrate something when you've basically got like sine 2t and you've got t. So we need to use an identity to change sine 2t so it's expressed just in terms of sine t, or just in terms of t rather. And the identity that we would use for that is going to come from the formula booklet. So sine of a add b is going to be sine a cos a add cos a sine a. So in other words, sine of 2t is going to equal 2 lots of sine t cos t. And now we can bring those elements together to find our expression for a. So a is the integral between 0 and pi over 2 of y, which we're going to say is 5 times by 2 lots of sine t cos t. So that is our sine 2t, times by dx by dt, which is 6 cos t. And we're integrating that whole thing with respect to t. Now, 2 times 5 is 10, and 10 times 6 is 60. So we have 60, and we've got sine, and we've got cos and cos, so it's 60 times by sine t cos squared t. As required. We've basically derived now the thing that we had to do, so that's okay. That's question A part 1 done. Now part 2, hence show by algebraic integration that the area of R is exactly 20. So this is really nice actually, because we have this in the format where we can use the chain rule backwards. Now in order to use the chain rule backwards, there's lots of different approaches, but I've got my own particular little way I like to think about the chain rule backwards. I like to identify the outer, the inner, and think about the derivative. So in this expression here, my outer I would think of as something squared, which means that my inner would be cos. The derivative of the inner would be of cos would be minus sine. So what I do to do the chain rule backwards is I integrate the outer and divide by the derivative of the inner. So something squared is going to go to something cubed. So it's going to go to cos cubed t, and you raise the power by 1 and divide by the new power. So when I integrate that, it goes to cos cubed t over 3. And then you divide by, and we've still got the 60 sine, we've still got the sine t, and we've still got the 60 there. And then we divide by the derivative of the inner function, which is minus sine t. So the signs cancel, and we're going to end up with minus 20. Minus 20, it's going to be cos cubed t in between pi over 2 and 0. Okay, so that when we use the chain rule backwards, that's what we get. Now let me just go over those elements again. So you identify, it might help you, if you think about this as the integral of pi over 2 and 0 of 60 times by sine t times by cos of t squared dt, because that's another way of writing that, okay? And that helps me to recognise the outer is something squared, the inner is cos, the derivative of cos is minus sine. I integrate that and I divide by the derivative of that. So that's how you do the chain rule backwards. So now all we need to do is just literally put our limits in there and work it out and hope that the whole thing comes out to be 20. So let's have a look. So what have we got here? So we are going to have minus 20 times by cos of pi over 2 cubed. That's the first bracket. Minus 20 times by cos of 0 cubed, like so. And then now let's think about the cos graph. Here's the cos graph. There's pi over 2. You can see that cos is 0 at pi over 2. So that's going to be minus 20 times 0. And then what about when cos is 0? When cos is 0, we can see when x is 0, we can see that cos is 1 there. So it's going to be minus 20 times 1. So the two minuses come together to make a plus, and that gives us 20 as required. So that's nice. We're 6 marks in. We've done part A and part B. Let's have a look at the next bit of the question. So it says part of the curve is used to model the profile of a small dam, shown shaded in figure 4, where x and y are in meters. The vertical wall of the dam is 4.2 meters high. The horizontal walkway of width mn along the top of the dam. Calculate the width of the walkway, and this is worth 5 marks for this bit. So let's have a think about how we're going to do part B. Well, the first thing to notice is that the height of the dam is 4.2, okay, 4.2 meters. So what that means is the y value of the y parametric is going to equal 4.2. So if we look at the y parametric, it is y is equal to 5 sine 2t, and that is going to equal 4.2. So 4.2 is equal to 5 sine 2t. So now we can solve this to find out what are the values of t that give us 4.2 for our height. So 4.2 divided by 5 is 0.84. 0.84 is equal to sine of 2t. So let's think about our range. The range for the parametric equation is less than or equal to pi over 2 but greater than or equal to 0. So we need to change the domain so that because we have 2t, we need to be thinking about in between pi and 0. Let's draw sine in between pi and 0. So there we go. There is 0 and there is pi. So and this is equal to 0.84. So we can see that we're expecting 2 solutions. Now we have to be in radians because differentiating and integrating trig functions only works when you're in radians. So you must make sure that you're in radians. And I'm going to do inverse sine of 0.84. Okay, and that gives me 0.99728. So that means that that must be this value here. So that is 0.99728. And then I'm going to do pi minus that answer. So pi minus answer is equal to 2.1443. Okay, now those values are our values for 2t. So in order to find the t value, we need to halve both of those. So if I divide that one by 2, I get 1.072. 1.072 for that one. And then my 0.99728, we've got too many nines there, 0.99728, when I divide that by 2, I get 0.499. So I'm going to say 0.499. Okay, so those are the values of t that are going to basically correspond to a y value of 4.2. So we now turn our attention to the x equation and we just say, okay, what are the 2 x values that we get when we put those 2 t values in? So x is equal to 6 times by sine t. So let's first of all put in t is equal to 0.499 and let's see what value of x we get there. So I'm going to go sine of that value is going to, and that gives me 0.47. Oh, let me just hang on. Let's have a little think about that for 1 second. Yeah, so we do sine of the 0.499. So sine of 0.499 gives me 0.4785. I've got to times that by 6. So that is 2.871. So x is 2.871. And then over here, when t is equal to 1.072, let's have a look at that. So sine of 1.072, okay, gives me 0.878, times that by 6, gives me 5.269. So that is x is equal to 5.269. So therefore, the width of the dam, so which is mn, is going to equal 5.269 minus 2.871. Okay, so that answer, take away 2.871, and that gives us 2.397. Okay, so mn is equal to 2.398, I think it is. And let's see what degree of accuracy it says. Oh, it doesn't specify, so let's just give it to 3 significant figures. So 2.40 to 3 significant figures. 2.40 meters is what mn is. And that's the answer to that question. So yeah, quite a useful question, that one, I think. A nice question, I think, with a good amount of marks, 11 marks, and I think it's quite a nice question. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. Remember, if you're finding these videos useful, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, that's going to help me to keep on growing the channel and making more videos for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.